So we are just south of the Brown University campus tonight, and the press conference that happened just about an hour ago or so was just down the street. So we moved up closer, and you can see this is where police are investigating as someone comes under the crime tape just across the intersection here. Lots of squad cars and officers coming in and out of this area, whether driving or walking through campus. If we pan up to the right here, that is the building where this shooting took place. According to that press conference earlier this evening, they said it happened in that engineering and physics building. There's classrooms and there's lab space inside of that building, and that is where the shooting happened. It's called Barris and Holly, a very big building with all the lights on there in the distance. Just a couple of minutes ago, we saw campus police escorting what looked like some students out of this area. They were definitely emotional, upset faces, even some tears and sniffling as they were coming out of this area. We were told that most everybody inside the building, outside of police, were evacuated during this investigation. We do want to go back over some of those details from that press conference. Again, 10 people were shot in total. 2 were dead when first responders arrived. 8 were sent to the hospital with critical injuries. Now, at this point, again, we are about 4 hours after this shooting took place, and police, as of right now, do not have that suspect in custody. The only details they would say is it is a man dressed in all black. No other description, no other details, height, anything like that. So as soon as we get some more details on that, of course, we're going to be able to follow up and give people a good idea of what to be out on the lookout for, because the mayor of Providence was even talking earlier today about how he lives just a couple streets over from campus and saw the police flying down his street wondering what was going on. So where we are right now, there are a lot of campus buildings, but there are some homes and other businesses as well. But this place is deserted. There's really only just reporters and police on scene here. We know the ATF and the FBI is also involved. And I know this is something you were all talking about on the show here. It is a Saturday evening here, and there were students taking final exams inside of that building. You're already stressed as it is, taking important testing at a university like Brown, a prestigious university, and then to deal with something like this, just really awful. One other note I do want to bring up too is they said that during the day these buildings are accessible. There's a lot of traffic coming in and out of there. Once the later hours happen, you have to swipe your ID to get into these buildings. So certainly want to know how that person, the suspected shooter, got in that building and then was able to exit on Hope Street just a couple of blocks away.
Hey, Michael, it's Joe Concha. When you mentioned before that building, obviously, where the investigation is taking place, where the shooting took place, there has been a clean evacuation. But as we mentioned earlier on the show, Brown is a huge campus as far as urban campuses are concerned. We're talking 150 acres of campus, 230 buildings. Do you know if everybody else has been evacuated off the campus as well, since there obviously is an active shooting, or are they still sheltering in place?
So they have been told to shelter in place, and that's not just for the buildings that are on campus. It is for some of the off-campus buildings and dorms and other homes, even just along streets that are outside of the police perimeter here behind us. And they're really just trying to make sure that people are safe because they don't know where this suspected shooter is. As much as they're trying to investigate and figure out where that person is located, they're not sure. So they're really just telling people to play it safe right now. Don't risk going outside, stay inside, and just wait it out until police can really figure out where that person is and put them in custody.
Michael, it's Julie Banderas. I understand that the Rhode Island hospital, and that's where the patients are. I want to talk about the victims. 2 people, sadly, were confirmed dead. We don't know their identities, 8 in critical condition, and they are all at Rhode Island Hospital. And I understand that Rhode Island Hospital is in lockdown at this time. They're still accepting emergency department patients. But the police chief earlier, when he was holding the news conference, had stated that as far as they know, there were 10 people shot, 8 people in the hospital, 2 with critical injuries. Do we know if it's possible that there are more injured students or any injured victims on the campus, perhaps, that have not been shuttled to hospitals nearby as of yet?
There's certainly the potential for that. During that news conference, they reiterated multiple times how this was a fluid situation, and this was just the preliminary information they could give us just about 2.5 hours after this incident occurred on campus here behind us. And so it's not out of the realm of possibility to think in other areas there were other people who were injured in this. And at this point, police have not told us as much, but the way they were describing some of the details and how they couldn't confirm more details, they did in a way leave it open to figure out that there could be more people who were injured in this. And as soon as we find out those details, of course, we're going to pass those along.
Michael Raimondi, thank you so much, and please stay